Hey, hello hyperspace, my name is Davontos and it's time to get hyped because this is some Modern Warfare Remastered gameplay. And in this gameplay, we're going to talk about some handy dandy tips and tricks how to make you survive out in the Modern Warfare battlefield, because Modern Warfare is played differently than the most recent CODs like Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3. And a lot of times I see people playing Remastered like you would play Black Ops 3, and it's not really a good idea because, well, 90% of the time it's not going to work and it's going to get your character killed and you're not going to be doing good. So let's get on to this quick little tips and trick guide and patch up some quick errors that I see a lot of new gamers do in Modern Warfare Remastered. Let's get right into this! So, the first common mistake that a lot of people tend to do in Modern Warfare Remastered that's just the best thing to do in the Jetpack Call of Duties is jump. Now, this sounds really weird, but in Jetpack Call of Duties, a lot of people notice when you start getting shot, you jump and they start missing their shots because for some reason, a lot of people, including myself, can't aim at a jumping target. But when you're playing Modern Warfare Remastered, your jump isn't really that high. You can't really jump like, 50 feet in the air like you can in Infinite Warfare. Your jump is actually really low. Even when you play Tactical TDM on Infinite Warfare, you actually jump higher in Tactical TDM than you do in Modern Warfare Remastered. Modern Warfare Remastered, you jump like, what? 6 inches, not even that. So when you play Modern Warfare Remastered and you start getting shot, try not to jump because you're just making yourself a much easier target. You're less mobile, you're not getting that boost, and plus when you land, a lot of people might have not known this, but when you jump in Modern Warfare Remastered, the instant you hit the floor, you tend to slow down for a couple of milliseconds, not even that, and then you start to pick up your speed again. So if you're in a gunfight in Remastered and you start getting shot, don't jump. You're going to slow yourself down and you're going to make yourself a really easy target. So save your jumps, save them to get on top of the cars, maybe hop over a fence, or even to get in some glitches. Raven Software actually left a few of the glitches from the original Modern Warfare in Remastered for, I guess, nostalgia purposes. Let me know in the comment section below if you want me to leave some handy glitch guides, I guess, in future Modern Warfare videos. And one more thing about jumping in Modern Warfare Remastered is your first jump tends to be the highest. Let's say you jump, I don't know, 6 inches. After that, all of your other jumps are very, very low, which means, you're just gonna basically be hopping in place and just getting like an extra inch off the floor. Your jump actually has a charge meter, kind of like your sprint. When you're sprinting and your guy gets tired, he tends to stop. You try to press the button again, he just sprints for like a couple of inches and he stops. It's the same thing for the jump. Your jump also has a charge meter. So when you jump once, it's going to be high, and the rest are going to be low until it charges up again. Another very, very simple mistake that I see a lot of people doing is they don't really take advantage of the attachments. Now, when you're playing Remastered, you can have a suppressor, a red dot sight, an ACOG sight, and on some weapons you can add a grip or a noob tube launcher. Now, that doesn't mean that you're limited to a Pick 10 system like the most recent Call of Duties have. In Modern Warfare Remastered, you can actually add a red dot sight on almost every single weapon, and it won't have any effect on the other perks and attachments you choose. So if you feel like the default ions are a little obscure, you can actually put a red dot sight on it and it will not have any effect on the rest of your class. And I see a lot of people doing that. They use, let's say, like the M60, and they're using the M60, and you see they're like the best with the M60. They got that thing in gold, and they got everything for it, but they're struggling to aim because they don't have a red dot sight on it. Adding red dot sights, adding suppressors, they don't hamper with your class in any way. In more recent Call of Duties, like Infinite Warfare, adding a red dot sight does take a space off of the Pick 10 system. But remember, this is old school, so there is no Pick 10 system. So when you're making your class, be very careful on what you add red dot sights on, because some guns aren't really the best with red dot sight. I kind of feel like the AK-47 and the AK-74U are really bad with red dot sights because they just jump way too much. However, a gun that kind of has a little obscure default ion, like the one I'm using now, the MP5, slap on a red dot sight on it. You'll be more accurate, gun's gonna feel a little better, and you're gonna land more of your shots. And finally, the last tip to enhance your survivability in Modern Warfare Remastered is camouflage! Now, this isn't really as huge of a factor as, let's say, adding red dot sight, or maybe, doing that jumping technique that doesn't work, but it can still come into play at times depending on what you're doing. And specifically, this comes into play when you're sniping or playing very stealthily. Now, anybody who plays Modern Warfare Remastered knows that the best camouflage is going to be on your gun, because basically all the camouflage on the soldiers look the same. However, there are camouflages for your gun that can easily give away your position if you're trying to be stealthy or if you're sniping. Let's use gold, for example. If you're using a golden sniper and you're trying to hide in the bushes, another sniper can actually pick you off because he sees your glistening gold gun in the distance, which actually happened to me one time. I spotted an enemy sniper in the distance because of his glistening gold gun, and I got a free kill. when you're actually playing stealthy or sniping, you want to take a camouflage that, well, camouflages with the background. Let's say woodland or digital. Anything that just blends you in with the background is what you want to use. There's been multiple times where I'm sniping and I'm like hiding in the grass and enemies are looking for me, they're walking around me and they don't see me because me and my gun are camouflaged. And there's also been times where I'm walking around looking for an enemy sniper and I happen to spot him because his gun is, I don't know, like rainbow colored, or his gun is like shiny and gold, and he's just giving himself away with this shiny camo. And those are the 3 tips and tricks for this video, so if you liked this video, punch that like button with a mighty force. You can follow me up on Twitter at DavantosMan, and as always, I'll see all of you in the next video. Have a nice day!